Good morning, Mustangs. We're having a little problem with the bell, but you should now be in your first period. If you're not, it's time the bell will already run. So please make sure you are in your first period. Well, last week we mistakenly announced Celebrate Freedom Week, but actually this is Celebrate Freedom Week. So we wanted to ask you, what will be your greatest achievement? Thomas Jefferson considered the writing of the Declaration of Independence his greatest achievement. It marks the beginning of self-government in America. He stated near the end of his life that his goal in writing the Declaration of Independence was intended to be an expression of the American mind, and to give to that expression the proper tone and spirit called for by the occasion. Thomas Jefferson didn't just say who we are as Americans, but what we can be. As Americans, what will you contribute? What will the words of the Declaration of Independence mean to you, and how will you use them for the good of all? Celebrate freedom this week. And let's start off celebrating freedom by reciting our pledges to the United States and Texas flag, followed by a moment of silence, and then we'll have your morning announcement. Thank you. All right, we got a lot to get through this morning, so I'm going to hurry, so try to keep up with me. Scrabble Club will meet this afternoon at 3:30 in room 330. Anyone who loves to play word games is invited to join the club at any point, so come on down to room 330. Looking for some exercise and fun games? Well, then Catch Club will meet at 7:30 a.m. in the gym on Friday, September 19th. That's this Friday for Catch Club. Also Friday, the greatest dance on earth is going to be happening. Wristbands will be sold today at the dance for $4 before school and during lunches, but it's going to go up to $8 at the door. The dance will start at 7 o'clock, and we hope to see you there. Animal Lovers Club will meet after school this Wednesday in room 427. Please bring with you a picture of your favorite animal. Art Club will have their sign-up meeting tomorrow, that's Tuesday, after school from 3:30 until 4:15 in the art room, that's room 252. We want to give a big shout out to the 8th grade girls red team as they took first place at 4-point volleyball tournament this weekend. All the girls played awesome as they had to defeat a tough Lake Travis team in the final round to take first overall. Big congrats to all the girls on the team. It was a fun day. We have a correction on our first meeting for Yu-Gi-Oh! Club. It is in fact going to be this Wednesday, September 17th in room 331 after school. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Club will be this Wednesday after school in room 331. Also, 8th graders, don't forget that your panoramic picture has been changed. The date is now going to be the 22nd for your panoramic picture. Every Mustang is given one free student ID at the beginning of the year. If you haven't received your ID for this year yet, come by the library this week to get it. That's you 8th graders, you don't want to be showing your 6th grade picture around. The last day to pick up your first free 2014-2015 ID is this Friday, September 19th. IDs are needed to attend school dances, and there's dance on Friday. But whether you plan to attend the dance or not, remember that your first free ID must be picked up by this Friday, because after that, it's going to cost you. And last but not least, Mr. Lazaro would like to thank all advisory teachers and students for coming to the gym in a respectful and timely manner for the school-wide fundraiser kickoff. Remember that the fundraiser will continue for 2 weeks, and that September 26th will be the last day to get orders into your advisory teachers. So when you go out and sell the items, remember to be safe, and let's make this the best fundraiser ever. Thanks again, and Mr. Lazaro will be making announcement reminders, so be on the lookout for those. All right, Mustangs, those are announcements for this morning, so have a great Monday.
Why are you guys? Wow.
Yeah, so she's at just set up close and see if we can get good audio. The video is going to be choppy no matter what, but if you're up close, I think it should be all right. I didn't push it. I just do it. This is live right now, so just go and sit and just kind of. Hey. Awesome.
Okay, guys, behave, please. Hey, Cody, right here. Cody, sit with me, buddy. We got this one here. Sorry. I'm saving this for him. He needs to sit down now. Sit by me because I want you to not talk about how you're going to win. I think that's it. Just us three. This is Waghorn being recorded right now.
As you be celebrating freedom this week, so our history team, what would we do that would be history? Somebody who has, served the country, and I thought, well, I do. My husband has. This is my husband. This is Lieutenant Colonel retired Ben Sandlin, served in the Marine Corps for 30 years, and so we thought that we would let him share his experience with all of you. We're going to let him talk for a few minutes, and then if you guys have any questions afterwards, he'll take a couple of questions. Okay? Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah. Again, I'm Ben. This is my Georgia peach. Yeah, I joined the Marine Corps in 1970. And I think the reason I'm here to speak with everyone is because your teachers, think that I sacrificed something. And there's a little truth to that, a little bit. But I kind of have a hard time with the whole sacrifice thing. I got a tremendous amount back from my country, specifically the Marine Corps. I became a man. I gained a lot. I gained a sense of self, and probably what is even more important, I gained a sense of I was a part of something bigger than myself. And I think that's really what carried me through and made me become a man, a responsible citizen of our great country. So those are the things quite difficult for me. I get it from a certain perspective that people think I sacrificed. And I would put to you that someone who does serve, whether they're a fireman, a policeman, a teacher, yeah, even a politician, even though we might say that and snicker a little bit, that they too have kind of a sense that they're part of something that's larger than themselves. And yeah, that's again back to the sacrifice thing. Yeah, I guess it's on an individual perspective. There's a lot of things that you give up if you join the military, for instance, and you could follow that in any one of the other different professions I mentioned before, as a policeman, fireman. Yeah, you do give up some things. You know, in the military, you get up early in the morning and you do difficult things, things that are uncomfortable, both physically and mentally. So there's a certain amount of sacrifice there, I suppose. I myself, I was in the infantry, so we would go out to the field and be there for days on end, getting stinky and not eating enough, not drinking enough, not sleeping enough, doing all those very difficult things. So again, towards that sacrifice, yeah. Again, on the theme of sacrifice, there's one thing in the military that you give up. You give up the ability to say, oh my gosh, that's dangerous. I don't want to go over there. I might get hurt. You give up that ability. So that's definitely a sacrifice. And men and women today, tomorrow, weeks to come, they're giving up pieces and parts of themselves, both, again, mentally and physically. So that's why I think that serving like that, there's a certain sense of nobility to it. That's pretty big. That's pretty important that they would give up that ability to say, that's dangerous, that might cost me my life, but I'll do it anyway to help the greater good, whether it's their platoon, whether it's their Marine Corps, whether it's their country. So yeah, I understand on an intellectual level that perception that we sacrifice, or I've sacrificed. Myself, when I looked at my family, I see more sacrifice there. I chose it, and I chose her, she chose me, so I guess doing that, you can say, well, they are also sacrificing by extension, because they don't get as they might want. I deployed, I would say less than 12 times, but more than 8 times I deployed. Never to Afghanistan or Iraq. No, I never killed anybody. Get that question out of the way. But I spent months and years away from my family, and them away from me. Children were born. And so again, from a military family, that is definitely a sacrifice. You kind of like to think that you'd be there when your child is born. That's not always the case. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So again, that theme of sacrifice, that theme of something that's larger than yourself and you giving to it. You know, my kids at Camp Lejeune, when I was there, when we were there, maybe y'all have got it. A note comes home from school saying, "Oh, just in case he shows up, there's a child in your class that or that's not uncommon." Camp Lejeune in a school, a note would come home and say, "Just in case you were wondering, the parent of one of your child's classmates was killed in Afghanistan." So it's a little different than if you'd like any counseling in the counseling. It's a little lifestyle. So that I get. People think that, you know, a military family sacrifices, but we get so much more back from it. And that's coming back to and touching on, is that what you get back, it gives you a sense that you're larger. There's a larger part than just you, just your family. And the sense of community is kind of hard to describe too, because could be many of you that you grew up, gone to the same school, lived in the same home your whole life. You're not a military kid. Every 3 years, they get orders. Their parents get orders, and they follow them. And they pack up everything and move off to a new school, a whole new set of friends. So, yeah, again, that theme of sacrifice, I think I understand, but I don't feel it. I don't feel it at all. I feel that what I've gotten back from, in my case, you were in the Air Force, but I got a lot back. A lot. I mean, that's, I think, the whole freedom, being able to talk about that and maybe ask questions of me if you've got any questions about what you think I went through, what my family's gone through. I think what I have also come to realize is there's a responsibility. There's a responsibility that comes with being free. There's a very popular American idiom out there, freedom is, yeah, it's true. You need to look into that a little bit deeper than just freely free and walk on. No. I mean, you can get dramatic and talk about Marines, sailors, soldiers who died, who've given parts of themselves, literally parts of themselves, for freedom. And I'm not suggesting that everybody needs to join the military, anything like that. What I'm suggesting is that there's a responsibility that comes with freedom. It doesn't mean that you have to do something as dramatic as joining the military. It could be voting. I would put to you that that's a responsibility that you have. Not what's going on around you in your community. Those things are your responsibility. So I encourage you to do a little self-reflection. Look yourself in the eye in the morning and what have I done today? What can I do? What will I do to make myself a citizen, someone who's worthy of this great nation, this great country? You don't have to join the Marine Corps. You don't have to join the Army or anything like that. But that's a responsibility I think that we all have. And I don't think it's asking too much, especially when you have folks out there who are giving parts and pieces of themselves so that we can be free. So I think that's what I had to say. Are there any questions?
At the end. Were you a Boy Scout?
I was a Cub Scout. Didn't make it up, got into the Webelos. You still have Webelos? I was. Congratulations. Yes, sir.
What was the most difficult thing you did in the Navy?
I'm sorry?
In the Marines. Yeah.
Oh, the Marines.
The Marines are
Marines.
part of the Navy.
Right, right. Yeah.
A casualty call. Casualty call if you don't know, Marines died. And another Marine is going to go until the family. And I had to tell 3 kids, 14-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 6-year-old. Their father died. And, I can still picture them sitting on the couch. Yeah, it was good. What else? I spent probably my enlisted career, most of the time I spent at Camp Pendleton, California, Hawaii, Okinawa, Japan, a bunch of deployments there, Thailand, Korea, India, Australia, I did that. On the European side, I was on embassy duty. Oh yeah, Asia too. I was in Burma. Now it's called Myanmar. I was in Burma on embassy duty, and then I went into Europe, Brussels, Belgium. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
If you anyone, what did you do while you were in
Yeah, I was in the infantry the entire time. I was a machine gunner, started out as a machine gunner. We trained a whole lot. We would go out into what we call the field. It was a training area, and we'd stay out there days, weeks on end. Went to the desert and trained. We trained. We very much ready to go do that. My case, happily, I don't regret not killing anyone, not a bit. I think it tears a little bit at your soul. Speaking to my friends who have, who did, yeah, it means a lot. Did you have another question?
Yeah, do you think you're still like, do you think you're still with the guns and stuff from last year?
I'm sorry, I've got machine gunner ears. I can't. Not hearing. Say that one more time.
Do you think that you're still with machine guns and stuff from rusty or?
They don't even use the same type of machine gun that I trained on. Yeah, I mean, we used to blindfold ourselves and take it apart, put it back together. Some sadistic fellow would throw a canister of CS at us while we put it together.
MRE.
Well, when I first joined, we were on C rations, different seasons. Now they've graduated. They're doing MREs, meals ready to eat. They're pretty disgusting, but they got a lot of calories in them. So give you energy to walk, carry, run, do all that stuff. Yes, sir.
Did you ever ride a ship?
I did. I was on USS Nimitz. It's an aircraft carrier, big boat. I was a commanding officer of the Marine Detachment on USS Nimitz, and they brought me up, and I didn't get qualified to do it, but they thought it'd be a hoot. I thought it'd be a hoot just to drive a ship. So yeah, they let me take the wheel, and it's really a wheel. It's really surprising. Good morning. You guys are working on these? Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to y'all today.
Awesome.
Lieutenant Colonel Sandlin.
Thank you.
because we're all going to go back to the classroom. Ready, break, go.